Welcome back, my enlightened ones. Welcome back to my channel. It is I again, Cat for Wins. I did not delete my class tonight. Yay me! If you're new here, thanks for stumbling along my channel. I like to get my craziness out there, so if you can like and subscribe and to get my stuff out there. So this is going to be a great night, guys. Very informative class. I've been working on it actually all week long. Everybody can hear me okay? I'm going to jump over to comments real quick. Say hi to everybody. So we have Adam and Vincent, Court of Madness, Shade Spiritual. Oh, okay. Awesome. Fantastic. Court of Madness. That's wonderful. Awesome. Great to hear that, that he had the spiritual attachment removed. You don't realize because these attachments, when they come onto you, they can do it gradually, and subtly in your bios field, which we're going to talk about tonight. But, and over time, it starts to alternate their personality and how you feel and how you see things in your reality because they can suck that energy from you, your chi. They like to feed off of that because they're not connected to source. So they're nothing but parasites and they're looking for a place to plant their seeds um, and to get fed by. So that's really great. I'm glad. Fantastic. Awesome. I am going to be doing a class very shortly here on soul retrieval. I actually wrote this class myself. I actually take you through the etheric realm, the hara, I'm going to take you through all these realms and we're going to call back pieces of your soul. I'm going to figure out a way where I can do just regular the music, I guess, because when I talk and my music's playing, it cancels me out. So I got to figure that out before the class, but I'll figure it out. I have Sarah with me. So, how is everybody tonight? We have Chris in here. Great to see you. And Adam and Vincent, as I said, and Shane and Sarah's in here, and Court of Madness. Um, so I'm glad. And anybody else, please, who happens to join us later on, you're just as important. And we're so happy that you are here with us tonight. So the tuning forks, we will be discussing the difference between a weighted tuning fork and a non-weighted one, among a bunch of other things. We're going to be talking about the other types of tuning forks that you're possibly not even aware of. There's the chakra ones, there's the planetary ones, there's the Solfeggio ones, and the cosmic ones. Yes, there's cosmic ones. So the tuning forks and how to use them correctly. Again, these are my techniques. Please know this, okay? This is how I've been doing it. This is through years of experience of being a Reiki teacher and a Reiki master. I think it's been like 6 years for me, or 7 years, maybe 8. I'm not sure yet. I have to go look at my certificates. They're laying over there. So anyway, welcome, Jasmine. Great to see you, my sweetness. So the tuning forks, we will be going over them and my techniques. And again, what works for me, take it, twist it, warp it, and just make it to be something that resonates with you. There's going to be certain things. Personally, as when it comes to the tuning forks, I like doing the tuning forks before I start the Reiki. Why not do the tuning forks? Because they're going to blow out blocks and passages that are being blocked for that chi and that lovely energy of light that we're putting into those areas. Why not blast it out first instead of sitting here and putting the Reiki in and putting the Reiki in, and then you feel, oh, there's a block there, and you kind of pull something out, and then you go back to the area and work it and work it. This prevents you from having to work it. Why not blow out the blocks? 5-10 minutes it takes, okay? You're gonna see me do it tonight on Shane. Blow out the blocks in the person, and then go in with the holy fire Reiki and put your magic to work. And they're getting that high vibrational, lovely, lovely magic that you're putting into them. So without getting clogged up or getting in the blocks and so forth and so on. So anyway, I could talk forever. So I am going to do a little reading here. After reading this, it's like, damn, these things are important. I've been doing tuning, and it's so funny. I'm going to tell you how I got into tuning forks. It just happened. I was into the Reiki first, of course, and I just woke up one morning and felt tuning fork. And I just because I'm always into frequencies and healing and doing lovely things, and I just started looking into the tuning forks, and I actually read the book. I can show it to you here in my banners. um by Eileen, I forget her last name because I'm old and decrepit. And I'm just kidding. Um, so Eileen Day McCusick, she's wonderful. I've read this book. I've actually watched videos. She actually gives courses through YouTube and stuff. And she is online if you want to check further into her. She explains the biofield, and which is the stuff I'm going to be explaining to you tonight. This is where I learned it, is by reading this book. So anyway, so I will be sharing that information with you tonight on working with her and her techniques. People think you just take the tuning fork and you go in and just hit the area that's got a boo-boo. First, you want to start away, about 6 feet away, and then work towards the body. And I'll be explaining why you do that too. Because the blocks aren't just in the body, the blocks are also out here. And I can actually teach you guys how to read people's auras by going through the different layers. It's sort of like the rings on a tree. You can actually, so 6 feet away is basically in utero. Okay. And as you come closer to the body, you're working up to the present moment, the closer you get to the body, if that makes sense. So, anyway, so lots of fun. So, how to use tuning forks for healing? Gonna jump back to comments just to make sure. No questions so far. The crone phase is nothing to be afraid of, Kat. I'm taking it with full authority, and no, I'm embracing it. It's funny because ever since probably about since I started losing my eyesight, when you go through frequencies and you raise yourself up, I'm going to warn you, forewarn, your eyesight is going to go to crap, because you're interdimensional, and you're seeing between dimensions and frequencies and of being here and being there, and that's why it's important to try to stay in that present moment. But anyway, it blurs out your vision. So my vision is really crappy right now. So anyway, lots of vitamins. No, I love the crone stage. The biggest thing about that I love about it is the wisdom that comes behind it. All I can do is study and study. I seriously, I make videos all day long. I don't even watch TV. All I do is just learn, learn, learn. It's like I'm SpongeBob and I can't get enough. I just want to suck that stuff up wherever I can get it. So, and not to mention, I have to do a lot of researching to make sure that I'm giving you guys the proper information. So tonight's class, tuning forks. Here we are. So tuning forks, we will be discussing. These are chakra ones that you're looking at here. That's why they have the different colors on the handles. I'm going to start off with this before I jump into the tuning forks facts. What is energy healing? Energy healing is the process of bringing light and consciousness to those parts of our lives where we have been blocked the flow of our life energy, which is our chi. Yes, our chi. So sound healing and values visualization, creating a life of value. So I did put the weighted forks there in the corner. It just had the regular ones here, and we, like I said, we will be discussing the difference between the two. So this is what's considered sound therapy or sound healing. Okay, this is when you use tuning forks, or part of what's known as sound therapy. This is an ancient cultural practice that makes use of singing bowls and chants, as well as tuning forks and whatever other forms to relieve pain and remove blocks and get that energy flow into the body moving. So that's very important. Excuse me. Right. I put that in there. I thought it was pretty. So the different notes of the tuning forks, we will be discussing those too. I like that picture. Um, so tuning forks are kinetic energy. This is the reason why I got into the tuning forks. I woke up from sleeping one night and I heard in my head, kinetic energy, Catherine Hill. And so I started looking and I stumbled across the tuning forks and that synchronicity that kind of gets in your face and it starts like a little snowball rolling downhill. Well, here I am. So that's what happens. That's how I got into it. Why use tuning forks? DNA healing. You can actually heal yourself down to the cellular level. You can actually take cancer that may be hereditary in your family and you can actually put it to sleep. The DNA in it, no more. You're changing the frequencies. We're going from being carbon based to crystalline based beings, as I said. So we are taking in light. We are the light. Okay. So why use tuning forks? Okay. So listen to these 10 different frequencies, okay? I scream at frequencies at you guys all the time. I've talked about the Schumann resonance. I'm always putting something on Sinister Four Winds page about the Schumann resonance. You see me post it when it's extremely high. The energy field around Tara, the earth, what happens is that energy gets blocked in there, whether it's lightning bolts or whatever, including the solar energies coming down from the sun and the radiation and everything else makes it flare and peak, and it actually gives us ascension symptoms, and that's why you see me post it on our page. So 174 hertz removes pain. Okay, that's the frequency. So if you just want to say you have pain, this is how easy it is. I need to listen to something of 174 hertz. Go on YouTube, type in 174 HZ. You don't even have to write out the word hertz, and you're going to have a whole list of these lovely frequencies that are going to pop up in your face, and just listen to them. You don't have to meditate with them. You can do dishes, do your housework. Just listen to them. It raises your vibration, okay? This is done subtly, okay? And we're going to be talking about that as well tonight. 285 hertz influences your energy field, which is your biofield. 396 hertz vibrates you out of fear and guilt, which is very important because that helps with the shadow work. So if you have shadow work problems, go into, I think I'm on over here, 396 hertz. 417 facilitates change. 432, this is the Solfeggio tone you hear me talk about all the time. This is the miracle tone. This heals your DNA. This heals everything in you. So if you're not sure, do the 432 hertz. I put out a lot of meditations, shorts on my Enlightenment in the Darkness channel with the 432 hertz, along with the singing, with the tuning forks or singles that vibrate at the next one, 528 hertz, which repairs DNA. These two of them together are called binaural beats. Bi meaning two. When you take two frequencies and put them together and play them at the same time, it really messes with your brain. It changes the brain waves in your head, okay? And it creates astounding effects because you're no longer left brain, right brain. You got both sides, both lobes working at the same time. And wonderful miracles start to happen when you play with binaural beats. 639 hertz heals relationships, 741 hertz awaken intuition. 852 hertz attracts your soul tribe, and 963 connects with light and spirit. This is the frequency of God, of Source. Okay, that's the last one there. Okay. Tuning forks, what do they heal? Okay, at least frequencies ranging from 64 hertz to 4096 hertz. They are excellent in alleviating symptoms caused by chronic stress, chronic pain, tiredness, hypersensitive nervous system, headaches, migraines, insomnia, joint pain, cramps, digestive problems, and much more. I don't have room to put everything on the list. All right, moving on. All right, symptoms treated successfully with the biofield tuning. We will be discussing the biofield in a moment. Pain, anxiety, PTSD, adrenal stress, digestive issues, depression, fibromyalgia. I used to have that. Addiction, fear phobias, panic attacks, vertigo, migraine, headaches, restless leg syndrome. I used to have that. Stuckness. These tuning forks really do make a difference, as well as the Reiki. And you combine the two, and You're a little couple levels below God. No, but you're a really amazing healer when you actually can embrace the 2 and bring the 2 together and unite them, and that's what's happened, and I've discovered lovely things by doing that. So this is the solfeggio frequency that I keep talking to you tonight, keep talking to you about, okay? This is the 432, which is the miracle tone of nature. This is why when you go outside and you take a nature walk, you feel better because the crickets and everything has a frequency to it. And when they all play and all chirp together, in fact, if you want to really check into it, go on YouTube and type in slow down, okay, crickets. They sound like angels singing. Yes. So all these lovely tones are in nature. Your birds chirping at their octaves and all these octaves going on at the same time. That's all your beats coming together and it heals you. 528 hertz, as I said, repairs DNA. And I'm just not going to go through these again because they're just kind of reiterating the other ones why they're in there. So the biofield, here we go, guys. So everybody is familiar with your chakras, okay? You got the crown chakra, the third eye, the throat, the heart, the solar plexus, the sacral, your root chakra, okay? You got the 7 main, and then you have your soul star chakra, which is above your head, and then you have your earth soul chakra, which is below your feet. So anyway, all these chakras, okay? They come together, and when everything's in harmony and everything's going good, it creates what's called this biofield. This is this circle. When I tell people, bubble up, put your bubble up when you get around negative stuff, that's what I'm talking about. Picture this biofield, fill it with lovely light, put hearts in it. The more you put your intent, your craziness into it, and what I mean by craziness is your imagination. Okay, I'll be SpongeBob with imagination. Okay, you can create anything with your imagination. This is how you activate your third eye. Is your third eye is part of your imagination. Okay, we forget this. So put hearts in it. Another lovely thing to do, and I haven't discussed this with you, is put mirrors in it, facing outwards, one to the front, one to the back, one to the side, one to the other side, one above your head and one below your feet. This reflects negative energy back to where it's coming from. You going to the mall, you hate going to the mall because you can feel everybody's anxieties. Why? Because you're empathic, you have abilities. Okay. Put the mirrors in your bubble. Okay. You can still see through the mirrors, they're one way. Okay. Just picture the reflective side facing out, above, below, around. Hello. Okay. Just picture that. Okay. And that really does make a difference. Play with it. The more you visualize it, the more you do it. It's like riding a bike. The stronger your power is going to get. Okay. So I'm going to go over the comments real quick here to make sure I'm not missing anything. Yeah, your eyesight's already crap. Nacho family, welcome, my sweetness. Welcome. Great to have you guys. All right, so the biofield, here we go. The biofield energy healing utilizes the potential of the human biofield. A biofield energy healing is where a person can harness the inherently intelligent energy that emanates from the source of creation and transmit it anywhere in the world. It optimizes the human condition and transforms both living organisms and non-living material at the atomic, molecular, and cellular structures of existence to significantly, oh, I was doing so good, significantly enhance, raise the potency, and alter the characteristics and behavior of the recipient being treated. Okay. I want to share this. Shane and I quit smoking cigarettes a week ago. So, yeah, I just wanted to share that. Good things on the horizon. It's time to go up some more in frequency. So, bye bye. So, anyway, I actually wasn't winded by reading that. Surprisingly. So, the human biofield is a National Institute of Health term for the field of energy and information that surrounds and penetrates, wow, the human body. It is composed of the vertebral energies, the electromagnetic, thermal, and putative energies, subtle energies, yet unmeasured and identified in the Western science. In other words, it's your kinetic energy that builds up and your chi that builds up around you. That is your biofield, okay? Things can affect your biofield, doing drugs, doing lots of alcohol. It actually, remember, as above, so below. Think of the ozone layer around the earth, and it's got holes punched in it, and that energy in the atmosphere gets lost through those holes. It's the same scenario with you. Your chi gets lost. You leach out energy, and it allows for attachments to come in and say, hey, there's path of least resistance. There's a nice, lovely weak spot. I'm going to go in and I'm going to sit here a while. Okay. It's just crazy how it works, but that is how it works. I've been doing this, 25 years. Yeah, pretty much that's how it works. All from experience, though. Again, my experience, there's no science really to this when it comes to holistic healing. They do studies, okay, but there's no actual written down, this is the hard fact. So you learn through your experience, and that's as easy as it is. That's the easiest way to explain it. You learn what works and what resonates with you. This is what works and resonates with me, and I just wanted to share this with you guys, and we'll see where it goes from there. Did I finish this one? Yes, I finished that one. Okay, so the frequencies. All right. So I like this chart because say you're doing Reiki in a hospital, and the doctor comes up to you and says, oh, he's got Crohn's disease and he's got problems with his intestinal area. Okay. And you're wondering what tuning fork to use. Hello. Did you see that over there? You can come back and say hello. I moved my fairy house. It's over here now next to me. I've rearranged my room a little bit if you guys haven't noticed, but yeah, I think they're just saying hi. So anyway, so if the doctor tells you, well, he's got intestinal problems, so to use the tuning fork C, which is 281 hertz and actually is 136.1 hertz is the one that I use primarily. That is the frequency of Mother Gaia. So anyway, so it's kind of cool to know, hey, look, the adrenal glands, everything has a frequency, everything oscillates, everything has a vibration to it. This is the vibration of your adrenal glands. It's 492.8 hertz. Okay, if that makes sense. When you have heart disease, it's because your heart plus your diet, okay, but it's because your heart is not in the correct resonance that it should be in. Okay. I forgot the banners in my face. Yay. So anyway, so when the heart gets out of that frequency, which is the C note, okay, that's the lower heart chakra, which is actually the C note, and I'll be going over these with you later. So anyway, and do they have the heart on here? Usually they'll put it and contradict me. I don't even see the heart on here. Lungs, colon, bladder, pancreas, stomach, brain. No, I don't even see the heart on here. Anyway, so these are the frequencies. So I just wanted to give you a little insight on that one. Now, again, the Solfeggio, I'm going to throw this one in your face a couple more times tonight, because if you don't know what to do, this is the one to do. It heals everything, like I said, from the DNA all the way up. I'm actually being told, yes, it actually heals karmic garbage from your family's heritage. Also heals that as well. You pulls your resonance, your frequency, your 75 to 85% water. You raise the frequency through these subtle tones in your body, and cancers can't grow when you raise the frequency, because cancer cells are low frequency. You can look it up. I've studied this. I've looked into it. So how do you stop cancer from growing? You raise the frequency above the cancer, and the cancer will stop replicating, and it will stop, and it will start to die. Again, you got to get it in the early stages. You can't wait till he's in 4th stage cancer and here we go. And the damage is already done at the cellular level there. So, but anyway, there are wonderful things here. So 174 reduces physical and emotional pain, promotes healing in the body. The auric field releases stress and can help you concentrate. This is a proven Solfeggio tone, which helps you heal faster. All right. So, using tuning forks for healings is a very gentle yet powerful modality to treat the mind, body, and the soul, and to restore inner balance in the health. It works with the nervous system and its tissues in more subtle energies of the body, being deeply relaxing and filled with long term benefits. When you take the tuning fork off of somebody and they leave your house, it's still working. It's just like the Reiki, it's still working, okay? It's going to continue working. It's going to continue healing, being and raise the frequencies. It's changing the molecular structure of anything that is liquid in your body, okay? And then it's going in and it's changing the molecular structure of your liver, your heart, anything, pancreas, anything that may have some illness or ailments to it. So, Ah, so there's the lovely sound bar. I want to show you if you take a tuning fork over water, look, it changes the molecular structure. You can see it here in this dang picture. All right. So, what are tuning forks for? Tuning forks vibrate at set frequency after being struck at the heel of the hand or use several reasons. I'm going to tell you what I use. I use a hockey puck. You can see how many times I've smacked that sucker. This is my hockey puck. I use it, and the reason why I use it is number one, my tuning fork will stay vibrating longer by smacking that puppy as opposed to smacking it on my hand. Okay. It's more powerful when I actually smack it off of it. I could hear the resonancy, I can hear the vibration of it. I wish you guys could hear it. You probably can't, but um you can see it. Just vibrating away. Anyway, so these tuning forks, they're amazing. So the hockey puck, I love it. It's rubber. It's great. I use it for all. You probably hear that one better. I don't know. Probably can't hear them because oh, it's vibrating my desk. Okay. So, tuning forks set frequencies struck at the heel of the hand, several reasons, including healing with sound. They can be held at the stem. This is the stem. You don't, of course, common sense, you're not going to hit it here and do this because you're wrecking the sound of the frequency. You're messing. It's just like the weighted tuning forks. These unscrew and I can slide them up and down the shaft of the fork, okay? And I can change the frequency of the tuning fork. If you want to do that, I don't do that because I want mine set at a certain frequency because this is what I'm grabbing for and this is what I need. I don't want to sit here and have to guess, well, is that right? I don't know. Another way you can change and check your frequency of your tuning fork if you're not sure of the frequency of it is you can download an app for your phone that tunes guitars. Yes, it will tell you what frequency range. This is the C range right here. I actually tested it earlier to make sure that it was spot on, and it was. So if you get in there, believe they're free apps. Shane knows one, so if you want to ask Shane there in chat, he can tell you what app we were playing with earlier with the tuning forks. That's quite interesting. Okay, so the unweighted ones, these are good for coming in further in doing the read on the biofield as you go in. Um, I prefer these over these, and I'm going to tell you why, is because this one, I'm going to hold it until I can't feel the vibration of it anymore. And you'll see what I mean. If you want to get a coffee or donuts, popcorn. Okay, so it's just about, I'm still feeling it in my hand, but it's just about done. And I also have my thumb on the back of that, trying to shorten the length of it a little bit. Okay, so there, it just stopped vibrating. Now, this is the other one, okay? I'm going to tell you when it stops vibrating. Okay. I can still hear it a little bit, but I can't feel it in my hand any longer. So, I prefer this one because you have to do a lot less striking. After a while, when you're working on somebody, like for an hour, there's combing the auric field. I'm going to teach you how to comb that too tonight. But what I call the pick up, drop, and drag, that's another cool one too. So, but by using the tuning forks, the weighted ones, I prefer it because it's when you're doing this for an hour, you're going to start to get cramps in your hands. And the more you're striking it, the more you're striking it, and the quicker the cramps are going to mount crumpus. Uh, so to me, the less striking I have to do, it's less work for me. I'd rather be focusing on an area than sitting here and smack, smack, smack. So, and again, like I said, I use these first before I do go into and start the Reiki because it does remove blocks and stuff before I go in and get my good juices flowing there. Okay, so tuning forks vibrate at set frequency after being struck at the heel. They can be held by the stem, not by the prongs, obviously, and are available in wide ranges of frequencies from 64 hertz to 4,096 hertz. However, the 128 hertz tuning forks is the most commonly used, and mine is the 136.1. This is the earth frequency. I don't know if you can actually read it here. Probably not. Keep the camera off a little bit. Probably can. Yeah, all right. I'm going to give up here. Never mind. So anyway, so that's the 136 one. This is great when I take this one. This is the last tuning fork I use after I've done Reiki on somebody and I pushed it in and worked it out and pulled the cords out their feet and everything else. I go in and I hit the bottoms of their feet with this. I don't hit I hit it first and then set it on the bottoms of the foot. And what I'm doing is I'm grounding all that high powered energy of frequency of the holy fire that I put into them, because it can sometimes give ascension sickness. It can cause loose stool, so forth and so on. So by grounding it out a little bit, it's still working through their body. It's still doing the healing that it needs to be doing, but you're removing it. It's almost like grounding a stove, grounding your refrigerator. Okay, the energy is not building up to the point where it can cause problems. It can cause headaches, it can cause ascension sickness, being nauseous, heart palpitations, the whole 9 yards. So this is the last tuning fork that I use. So if you're just looking to buy one tuning fork, and this is my review right here, it's this puppy 136.1. It says earth on it. Okay, I bought this maybe I think $30 on Amazon. Stainless steel. Your aluminum ones, this is stainless steel as well. I do have my aluminum ones next to me. The tuning forks can break over time. They can lose their frequency, and the pitch will get to the point where it will sound tinny and it just doesn't sound right. And when it gets to that point, depending on how often you use them and how you mistreat them, when I hit this on the puck, I don't come straight down like this, because when I do, it slams these two weights together. I don't want that. So I come at a diagonal, okay? So that way the weights are going down and not being thrust together. So that way I'm not damaging the forks themselves. So I always come in at a diagonal when I hit off the puck. So just another thing, it helps with the wear and tear of the fork. So that's just another bit of advice there. Okay, so tuning forks, chronic stress, chronic pain, tiredness, as I said, hypersensitive nervous system, headaches, migraines, insomnia, joint pain, cramps, digestive problems, and so much more. Besides being very effective sound healing instrument, using tuning forks for healing can also be powerful support for integrating other alternative healing modalities such as sound massage, yoga, and meditation. You have a crappy day from work and you're stressed, come home, take that 136.1, smack it, and hit yourself right in the third eye. Holy moly. Woo. I can feel that down to my toes. That's how powerful this thing is. It's really crazy. I do want to point out, though, if you do Reiki on somebody and you are doing the tuning forks on them, please know that if they have a defibrillator for their heart, Hello. Don't try, don't go directly over into the heart because the frequency of this can mess with the defibrillator, and you don't want to do that. You can go down to other areas, you can go around it, okay, but just don't go into the heart space of that chakra. So that's the only thing I ask because that can mess with the electrical impulse of the heart. So there. Okay, going back over, just making sure. Unicat. Um, so let's see here. This one, I think we're on to this one. All right. What frequency should I use? Again, I'm not even going to bother getting into this one because I'm going to be going down. I have all the chakras and all the frequencies that go along with them. So I'm going to walk you through those tonight too, real briefly. So the emotional chart, this is important to know. The emotional frequency chart. I'm gonna have to take my jacket off. It's getting warm. All right, so the scale here, if you look at the frequencies to the left there, the scale frequencies, all right, so the lower in the frequencies, okay, the weaker your biofield is, my friends, okay? That's what I'm trying to explain to you here. Um, Destructive energy, this is all your negative thoughts. This is why I say, watch your thoughts. Happy thoughts, please. Um, Pride, anger, desire, fear, grief, apathy, guilt, and shame. These are the icky ones, okay? You hear me talk about the neutrality zone. The neutrality zone is at that 250 frequency. If you have to be anywhere and it can't be low and it can't be high, be neutral. That's the non-judgmental place to be. Overthinking, when you overthink, it brings you down to the lower frequencies. In fact, usually when you're overthinking, that's a sign of a soul retrieval you need going on there, but we're going to take care of that one too. All right, so anyway, so you get the idea here, and then as you go up in the frequencies, and you can see, do they have love in here? Yeah. So if you look at love, okay. Love in reverence, okay? That's respect, of course. Now, they're not showing you, but gratitude is actually above the frequency love. And this is why I tell you, be thankful for everything. Okay, so that's kind of cool to know there. So the chakra frequencies, yes, they have chakras. These are in us, above us, below us, everywhere. Okay, so these are, so that's why you got more than 7 there. Okay, these are the chakra frequencies here if you wish to know them. Okay, I didn't even see red on there. Shame. So you can see all the notes. I think they're on this side. I'm opposite on here. So all the notes, the A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Don't make me sing another note. Okay, so the love frequency. This is another frequency that I preach over love because it is love. 528 hertz. This is amazing frequency. When somebody has an attachment, I will tell them, pull this up. There's a 12-hour one on YouTube. Play it while you sleep. Okay. It raises the frequency in the room and it keeps out the negative thing from coming in the room, because if they enter the room, the frequency is more powerful than they are, and it will actually raise their frequency up if they stay. So they will either leave or get happy. So that's interesting to know. All right, so moving on. I want to get to the good stuff. How do tuning forks work for healing? Sound waves are created when an object vibrates. Here, I have a visual. Here it is. Amazing when your stuff's in order and it's all named and you didn't lose your class. I just gotta laugh at myself. Okay. Resonance of sound waves. So here you go. Okay. So the sympathetic vibration that I've been talking about all night long there, if you look on tuning fork B. So tuning fork A has been hit. It's creating a sound wave now that's going over to tuning fork B, okay, which is called the sympathetic vibration. This sympathetic vibration is what heals us. It's God. No, just kidding. All right. So, such a sound of someone singing, playing the guitar, or even the sound of glass smashing on the floor. One struck usually with a mallet on a kneecap or a hockey puck. There it is. Or maybe I put that in there. I don't know. The tuning fork tines start vibrating a couple hundred times per second, thus producing waves that transmit powerful vibrations in the air. These back and forth vibrations disturb air molecules surrounding the tuning fork at a great speed, smashing more air molecules that in the end hit our eardrums and get processed by our brains as gentle humming sounds. So when you hit that tuning fork and you hear the that's what's happening. That's what I just described to you. So the faster the tuning fork vibrates, the higher the pitch the note makes while facilitating the opening of the energetic pathways where the body's energy, life force, and chi flows naturally. Up here, we mentioned about blocked energy. Here it is. Okay. If you look at the left-hand side there, when your energy is blocked, you have disassociation. You're not you don't want to be around people. You don't want to integrate yourself out there. No spiritual side. You're aimlessly kind of drifting through life. Too individualistic. You're set in your ways, so to speak. Disconnected from the earth's energy. You're timid. Talk first, think later, so no forethought. Dishonesty, trouble communing, can't speak up, low libido, isolation, lack of creativity, fear, anxiety, toxic relationships, poor body image, feeling stuck, financial issues, disconnected, insecure of self. Okay, uncertainty, lack of purpose, narrow mindedness, feeling lost of life, disconnected from intuition, loneliness, hard to emphasize, guarded heart, holding a grudge, shyness, feeling powerless, indecisive, poor digestion, aggressive, and competitive towards others. So I just wanted to show that when these things are blocked, this is what happens. This is how disease gets created is by these blocks. When the block stays there long enough, the vibration of that area or the frequency of it comes down, the oscillation comes down, and allows disease, which is low frequency, like cancer, to start taking over. It's just so crazy how it works. And the same with entities. When you get an attachment, it goes in and it will lower your frequency. That's why they give you the fear. That's why they try to scare you. If they keep you in that lower vibration so they can feed off of you. How do you stop it? Cut the cords, raise your frequency. Put crystals up your butt. Just kidding, don't do that. But get your crystals around you, play meditations, do frequencies, take a salt bath. That's so important for that salt bath. Meridians, here we go, guys. So the meridians, these are kind of important to know here. So basically, this is where the points that I hit with my tuning forks, but I'm going to add a couple more on tonight that are different. So I don't go into the groin area per se. I do get close enough to the sacral area that I don't have to go into somebody's groin. So do know that you don't have to be uncomfortable with this. The sound is going to go where the healing needs to go. Okay. So even if you can't, like, you know, it's and that's just how it works. It's just like the Reiki. It goes where it's needed. The body knows. There's a separate consciousness to your body. It knows. That's why I tell you to talk to your bodies. We're healthy. We're happy. We're here. Okay. Talk to your bodies and stop telling your body, I'm tired. I'm sick. And I'm just not feeling good. And stop. Fake it till you make it. We're happy. We're here. We're walking. Yay. So, good to be in that positive frame of mind because when you talk to your body, your cells are listening. Okay. And that runs through the moisture in your body, which is 85 to 75% water, and frequency and energy runs better through what? Water. It just all makes sense. Talk to yourself. Be positive. Using various tuning forks, as I said, it can create benefits of the natural cycle of rhythm while stimulating homeostasis. Happy, happy, joy, joy, which helps bring body back to its natural state of balance. Personally, if you're depressed and sad, I say get a dang tuning fork and every day, first thing in the morning, smack yourself. Oh, afternoon, smack yourself. Before I go to bed, smack myself. You're putting that high frequency into it, you're putting it into your body, and you're raising yourself out of that frequency of sadness and out of the frequency of depression. So it does actually work. It also attunes the body's vibrations on a cellular level and promotes the activation of the Q, which also means chi. Okay, life force can flow freely without any blockages. It balances the nervous system by aligning the right and left brain. Yes, there it is. Thus improving cognition and clear thinking. Another very interesting benefit is the aid in repairing of DNA structure while reducing chronic stress levels, anxiety, inflammation, muscle pains, and digestive disorder symptoms. How to use tuning forks. Okay. So these are the meridians. So basically I'm going to show you the ones that I hit. I actually hit up here because I'm going directly between the plates down to the pineal gland, even though that they're, in an adult, they're well formed. But anyway, still, then I go in through the temples, which is the thinnest part of your skull. Okay, so I'm nailing the pineal gland in 4 different places, 1, 2, 3, and then I come to the front and I nail it in the front. Okay, sometimes I will do it on people's faces. Say if somebody has a lot of drainage or they're stuffed up from a really bad cold, you take a tuning fork and you hit it on your hockey stick, and put it on the face, around the eyes, and put it around where the sinuses and the sinus cavities are. Within 5 minutes of doing that, it will start draining out. So that's really great for like wintertime if you've got a lot of stuffiness going on there. So here is the chakra frequencies, correlations. I'm not going to go through that chart anymore because I'm going to show you on chain, real life, Memorex in person. Okay, so when trying to choose a chakra tuning fork for healing, unweighted tuning forks are most commonly used as they help to make distorted waves coherent and to clear lower vibrations that no longer serve the person or client. Remember, in your biofield, we have negative energy that just builds up around us. Is that string from, honestly, I shaved. It was a string from my sweatshirt. All right, sorry, had to fix that. First, I'm picking my nose, now I'm picking my armpits. It's warm in here. All right, so crazy cat. All right, so as far as the root chakra, so if you had a root chakra problem, 194.18 hertz is the frequency for that one. Okay. This is the life force, energy, stability, courage, strength. This is at the coccyx level, base of the spine. Upon awakening up to feel more energized, release fear and guilt and ground yourself. So this is a good tuning fork if you want to give yourself a little bit more energy or want to ground yourself. Again, 136.1 is the tuning fork I use for grounding, but it's not far off from the 194. Then we move on to the sacral. This is 210.42 hertz, moon energy, passion, pleasure, creativity. This is location of the pelvis. Uses new and full moon rituals, feels pleasure and abundance, be present in the moment. And then we move on to the solar plexus, 126.22 hertz. Sun energy centered transcendence transformation between navel and the heart. Usually it's about 4 inches above your navel, 4 to 6 inches, depending if you got long torso or short torso. Helps act proactivity, find your power to true self, increases willpower. The heart chakra, remember, this is the midway point. So we've gone from the lower chakras, which are about grounding and keeping you in the moment and keeping you safe. And now we're at the heart chakra. Now it's becoming spiritual at this point. Okay. So 136.10 hertz, connections, relaxation, soothing, balance, location of the heart, uses resonates to the Om. Om. Om is the sound of the universe. You are tuning into the frequency of the universe. Relax and fall asleep easily. Relieve daily stress. Then we move on to the throat chakra. Spiritual wisdom, communication, speak freely, inspiration, the throat, encourages expression, helps find solutions, speak your truth. And remember, when you don't speak your truth and you don't tell people how you feel, you create blocks in that chakra. I'm going to jump over to chat in a second, just make sure everybody's, let me blow through these, I'm almost done. The third eye chakra, 221, 23 hertz, awakening intuition, higher self, harmony, forehead, brow line. Get in touch with your higher self, release attachments to material possessions, tune into psychic powers. And the last one that we have for you is the crown chakra. Divine connection, enlightenment, realization, presence, top of the head, facilitates an open mind, connect with spirit, and lifts and inspires. Jumping over to comments real quick. Um, Everybody is guilty of overthinking, and with this day and age and everything that's going on, we have so many what ifs out there. The key to this, and I'm going to tell you the key, and I'm going to say it because I've heard me say it many times before: ground and center yourselves. If you're overthinking, ground and center yourself. You're not living in the moment. When you have anxiety, you're living in the future. You need to stop. When you get sadness and you're not feeling good, you're living in the past. You need to live in the here and now. When you live in the here and now, you're living in the joy, you're living in the moment, and you're living in connected to everything. Okay, to the God's green earth, to this beautiful source, you're connected to everything. That's when the joy comes in. That's when the happiness comes in. Okay, so ground and center. You can ground and center yourself by taking a salt bath, just putting your feet in salt water for 20 minutes, no more. After that, the toxins go back into your feet. 20 minutes, okay? Um, but you have to overthink. That's part of your survival mode. It really is. That's our primal part of our brain. And that's when you start listening to binaural beats, two at the same time, it messes with your brain, okay? And it pulls you out of that dimension of overthinking. That's still going. I love this tuning fork. I can stop it and it will still continue vibrating. That is worth the money. I would love this. I want a complete set of those suckers. They're really amazing. This one I bought separately. This is 520, what is it? 512. This is the C note. This is actually for the lower heart chakra. So I actually use this. I use this on my mommy when she had her open heart surgery and stuff, and she's fantastic. So anyway, I did pay extra for this one. I like it because instead of trying to hold it down, it actually has a place where you can actually hold it. I like the flatness of it because I actually had to put numbers on these because I can't see in the dark over here. So anyway, but this is great for placing it right on the breastplate, which is awesome. Because you put it, I like to contact with bone because the bone, that's where bone marrow is made. Um, because you can actually feel it. I mean, when I put my tuning fork up here, my teeth vibrate. I mean, that's how powerful that thing is. And I can actually feel it all the way radiating all the way down to my feet. So it's really quite amazing. All right. So I'm going to jump over back to my banners. Just want to make sure I wasn't. So as far as positioning, so like I said, start with one tuning fork until you're comfortable with it, and then you can go into doing the binaural beats and using two separate tuning forks at the same time. Personally, I just usually just use one, unless there's a specific problem that I feel that they would benefit by the two. Sometimes they might have an attachment, and it's really because, like I said, one of the main primary places, which is called the God mouth, which is the mandula oblongata on the back of the brain, is the number one place where a spiritual attachment will attach. By nailing it with binaural beats, it really messes with it, and I've actually seen it in my third eye. Its little tail, sometimes it was wrapped around, and you just see it disintegrate. These things are wonderful. These breakaway anything that's tied to people, It's just amazing. It really is. The health benefits of them. I can't stress that enough. So I want to talk about the 174 hertz unweighted tuning fork. Okay. Um, I have my other tuning forks here. It's quite the set. So this is the mallet I never use. So these are my unweighted forks over here, okay? They're all right here. I actually did right, like I said. This is 215. This is the C note here. Can you see this one? Oh, this one's 1024, which is also, I believe, a C note. Yeah, that's a C note. And 512, which is the lower heart, and that's also a C note. I like to work in the C notes because I'm going to tell you why. Where is the heart chakra? The heart chakra is in the middle of all the other chakras. Look at that. So when I pump frequency into that heart chakra, it's going to go where? What's the heart going to do? It's going to pump and it's going to push that frequency into every molecular, right down to the fiber of your being. Okay, it's going to punch that frequency everywhere. So why not direct it into the heart space? But again, defibrillators, okay, heart pacemakers, don't mess around with that. You can go up to the lymphatic system up here, which this is what I call the dump. I hit here, your lymphatic system, it actually holds on and removes toxins from your body, and sometimes it just gets built up, and I like to hit it here with the tuning fork and what I call the dump, and it just, I pull it out the feed at the end. So that's quite crazy. So anyway, so 128 or 136 1 tuning fork. This is the weighted one directly on the body. Target any painful areas that you may have. I love the tuning forks because you can use them on yourself. You don't need to have somebody actually work on you when using the tuning forks. Activate the tuning fork again by hitting it. Place the end of the fork directly on the joint or the muscle where you feel the pain. There's no wrong way to do this other than the defibrillator thing. Stay away from that area, okay? But there's no wrong way to do this. I don't care if you want to. I do it on fingers. I do it on toes. I do it between toes. I do it underneath the ankles where the sciatica goes down the leg and goes underneath that, right underneath your outer ankle bone. Uh, I used to do it on myself all the time. So anyway, so what do you say we get Shane in here? Let's see. Oh, I just want to say, so I start with the head. You can use the one tuning fork. I usually go in and I'm going to start usually away from the person, work my way in towards them because I want to read out their biofield as I go in. If there's any restrictions in the biofield, what I will do is I will keep hitting it. You can tell that there's a restriction in their biofield. How you go in and you hold your hand very lightly and you'll get some resistance there. Come on in, Shane. I do have my other camera that I will be pulling up too, so we'll be able to get a better view of everything. So, but you go in the biofield, okay? So Shane, say Shane, I'm working towards his biofield. I'll hit a resistance mark. Nice. Hi, Shane. I'll hit a resistant mark and I'll stop. Okay. So, and if you can't feel the subtle energy or the slight play that's there or lack of play that's there, another way is by hitting it, go back in and you're going to hear the tuning fork pitch change. The tuning fork pitch will change. So that's very important there. So I guess we're going to get to this phone up and running. Yes, I know. I'm on. I'm live right now. Thank you for letting me know. Okay, so I'm going to give you that, and I'm going to pull. There we go. So, wow, I feel like I'm at the circus. It looks like a circus tent with the tuning forks hanging down at the bottom there. Okay, so this is my lovely room. Okay, comments. That's okay. Yay, Shane! Yay, Shane! Okay, so I did want to mention there are crystal tuning forks. Here's the warning. These are crystal tuning forks. I spent $60 buying one. I broke it within 5 minutes. It's a very costly thing to break. What happens is with a regular tuning fork, I can smack it. I always stop it first before I smack it again to get the true frequency off the tuning fork. You always want to stop it in between. You don't want to keep smacking it, okay? Let it rest, stop it just like you would your pendulum, okay? Um, the other thing is that a crystal tuning fork, if you hit it and you don't stop it and you go to hit it again, it shatters. The resonance between the two forks is just too much. It's like a voice breaking a crystal glass. So anyway, be forewarned on the crystal tuning forks. And like I said, when I end the session, I usually end at the feet with the tuning forks. I don't do the top of the feet though. I do underneath because that's again, that's the continuation of down. Okay. So I think what we're going to do here is I'm going to mute this one and unmute that one. And I think I'm going to take me out of. All right, so can you guys hear me okay? I'm talking like this. You know. You know what? I'm just going to try on the other side. Get this team. Bring it up. Get the footsies out of the way. Okay. All right. So can you guys hear me okay? Hold back a moment. You can't hear? You can't hear me? How about now? How about now? How about now? Oh, I'm not sure if you guys can hear me or not. Okay. So let me know if you can hear me. Just as long as I speak loudly. Okay. I don't know if I come over here. If I'm closer to it, you can hear me better. That work? Okay. So say my client just sat in the chair. Hi, clients. All right. So basically what I would do is I would get about a good three. I can usually feel where their energy is when they enter the room. People that are very spiritual and feel sure of themselves, their energy is going to be further out as opposed to somebody that's got health issues and their energy is going to be closer to their body. Their biofield isn't healthy, so it goes closer to the body, okay? All right, so I start up here and I slowly work until Shane already has a I already feel resistance here, and I also heard the tuning fork pitch change for me, okay? So remember, 6 feet away is utero, okay? And then we're working our way forward, like reading the rings on a human tree, so to speak, okay? We can actually find trauma and release the trauma that is actually stuck there, okay? So again, I'm feeling the resistance in the same place. I heard the pitch of my tuning fork change. I can actually feel the vibration of the tuning fork change for me as well. So you want to keep going over the area until it breaks. It's actually starting to give right now. So I'm going to come in again. It's still giving me some resistance, so I'm going to keep doing it until I can actually get it to break. Now see, you heard my tuning forks smack together because I didn't hit it right. Okay, it's breaking now. Okay. So basically what I would do is I keep working towards the body. Remember, utero, being in the mother's uterus, I'm working. And as I get closer to the body, I'm coming to the present moment. Okay. So you can work through, and that's the great thing to do. Um, your unweighted forks are really, really good. Sorry, are really, really good for that. I keep getting over here now. For doing what I call the bio scan through their biofield. Unweighted forks are really good for doing that. When I get to the body, my weighted forks is what I want to use, okay? So again, the first strike I'm going to hit is going to be right on the top of the crown chakra of shame. Okay, I'm going to hold it there until the vibration is kind of out of its frequency, and then I'm going to hit it again. Okay, then I go to the front, the brow line where your third eye is. I hit the temples. The most you want to hit a tuning fork in one spot is 3 times. I don't know why that is. I think it's because, okay, yeah, all right. Again, they're telling me because it's at its optimal frequency and you don't need to go over 3, okay? So if you feel like a block or something, don't be afraid to keep going in and hitting that tuning fork, just as I did in Shane's biofield coming towards him, okay? Don't be afraid to actually hit that area 3 times. That's very cool. Now, another place I want to hit that's very important is the medulla oblongata, which is the back of the neck, where the neck of the neck is going into the brain. Okay, well, it is part of the brain. But anyway, in this area, because this is the #1 place where things usually attach. So this is the #1 place that I usually go in and I hit in the back as well. This is the area where I will hit it 3 times, just because if there is an attachment there, I want to blow so much frequency into that area. They can't come back and reattach in that area because the frequency is going to be too high for them. So why not pull it at its optimal level? You guys can hear me okay? Am I speaking loudly enough? Okay. So from here, again, no pressure points, no meridians. If you just know pressure points, okay? I like to go in between the joints, okay? So I want to get into the area where things are kind of attached. Shane's going to sleep on me. Okay, so what I want to do is I go right into this area, right in here, and I actually don't be afraid to set the tuning fork on them. Just make sure, remember, there's kind of a point there. You don't want to drive it in and hurt them. Just set it into the area. You don't want to drive it into the area anyway because you're taking away from the vibration of the tuning fork by doing that, and you're shortening the oscillation of it by doing that. So I hit here and here. Now I'm going to do the lymphatic dump, okay? So I'm looking for this little sweet spot right above the clavicle, okay? Your collarbone, I'm looking for that sweet spot. So I'm going to hit it. The dump I like to do 3 times because people have a lot of emotional, physical, spiritual garbage that they carry around with them all the time. And so why not dump it and make sure? So when I talk about the dump, it's not coming out and it's not dumping on my floor. It's actually working down Shane's body right now. It's going through his circulatory system. It's actually working down. And I will pull it out of his feet later on in the Reiki session itself to remove any toxins or any residual energy that might be left on the person from a spiritual attachment or possibly living in a bad place. Now I'm going for the heart chakra. Okay, I'm waking up the heart chakra, make sure there's no blockages in there because the heart now is pumping this beautiful 136 1 hertz out into Shane's body. He's It's fixing things that are wrong with him. Okay, I'm going to do it 3 times. Then from here, I go down to the crook of the arm, right in here, and again, another pressure point. I hold it there. I'm removing and I'm pulling the energy down, okay? Then I do the inside of the wrist, where you would actually put perfume. Okay, and then the middle finger is the finger I want to hit, but I will do the center of the hand to wake up the chakras in the hand as well, especially if the person's not a spiritual person. This helps wake up their light body in them. And then at the tip of the middle finger, I hold my pinky underneath it to keep the fork balanced. The middle finger is actually linked into the heart in the circulatory system, and that's the reason why I nail the middle finger. Okay, so from here now, I'm going to do the solar plexus. And again, the navel's here. It's about 4 inches above the navel. And then at this point, say if Shane was laying down on my Reiki table, I would actually hit him in both the hips. So you can go to the hips. You don't have to get into the groin area. It's still going into the sacral area. Okay? So I do that on both sides. Now, the important spot is in between the knees. Okay? In Reiki, and it kind of blows me away. Yes, I know Reiki knows where to go, but they skip over the knees. Everybody skips over the knees. Your knees, it holds history that everywhere you've been. So, and what I like about this, see how I have the tuning fork tilted towards the other knee? So even though I'm smacking this knee and working on this knee is getting the benefit from it, okay? This is what I love. Think about it. You're an upside down tuning fork, okay, when you get to the legs. So now I'm hitting this knee, and this knee is getting benefit from it. So I would do that. Then what I would do is I go down and I hit, I'm going to show you guys probably on here. I hit this area right below the ankle. Then I usually hit right in here if you don't want to touch the feet, but just get to the bottom of the feet. Shane, I think you're good, sweetheart. Thank you, my sweetness.
Thank you. Love you guys.
All right, so I'm going to take this other camera. Thank you, Shane. Hi, guys. I'm back. Okay. Can everybody hear me okay? All right. So, like I said, there's no wrong way and there's no right way, really. Or I'm going to say it's always a right way. It's all right. There's no wrong way to do this. There really isn't. So you really can't mess that up. I just want to go through a couple more brands with you guys, if this is cool. So they do have, and this is interesting, the sympathetic tuning fork principle. Okay. So what this is an amplifier. Okay, that is put on a tuning fork and it shows, and I just wanted to show you this picture. So the sympathetic vibrations, remember those, the frequency coming off the tuning fork going towards the object. That's the sympathetic vibration that goes towards the object, okay? So what it does is it resonates and causes changes in the brain and healing in the brain. So that's quite interesting. So the tuning forks themselves, so if you're going to purchase some tuning forks, I do want to say linked below in the description, I have made a video short. It's all about tuning forks and how to use them and to demonstrate kind of not on people, but to actually kind of walk you through everything I've kind of discussed with you tonight. So if you want to go to and hit that below too. The other thing that's excuse me, for purchasing information. The Schumann residence, as I said, you've heard me talk about that, and I wanted to show you. So these are weighted forks here. These are different weighted forks. Mine are weighted at the top. These are weighted at the bottom. The weight is actually on the handle. That's the part you're holding, the stem of the fork. So anyway, that's where these are. I'm just giving you guys cosmic tuning forks. Here they are. Okay. If you look at the frequencies of these 227.43 and 210.42 hertz, this helps you home. That's what that frequency is. That's what those tuning forks are for. These are other sets of tuning forks here. These are the weighted ones that I just showed you. The frequencies, so I wanted to share this with you. So the small intestines and the bladder and the heart, they have the heart here is B, but the lower part of the heart is C. This is why I stick with my tuning fork C. Here it is. Hello, I'm C. Okay, so the heart, the spleen, the stomach, the large intestine, lungs, liver, gallbladder, triple, what is it? Triple warmer. What the hell is a triple warmer? Uh, pericardium. I know what that is. Kidney, triple Vincent! Triple whammer? What? Warmer? Warmer? I don't even know what that is. Okay, I'm gonna make something up here. It's purple! Crown chakra. There you go. All right, so the kidney, the bladder, and the small intestine. So, wow, that's pretty cool. Um, So some people just run out. These are weighted forks. This is actually a decent pair here to get. But people get excited. I'm going to go out and get chakra tuning forks. Remember, you can get tuning forks for like $12, and they're going to be tinny pieces of crap. You get what you pay for. Like I said, I paid $30 just for this one tuning fork, and it's been with me now for 7 years. And then I bought this little puppy over here. So these are wonderful tuning forks to purchase. So don't just go out. It's very simple. Well, if you're going to purchase something, go see what the reviews are on it. Definitely check out the reviews. But as I said, I have linked below, and in that video is some brand names of good tuning forks. So if you want to check that out, that little video short, it is on my page. So these are another tuning forks here again. This is your chakra system here. Those are just rubber balls. It's just to hold it. Those actually are not weighted tuning forks. The best tuning forks, here we go. Radical Therapeutic Chakra Harmonic Planetary 26 tuning forks by Radical. So the company's Radical if you want to check that out. In fact, most of these are Radical. So just to give you a few ideas, and this is actually linked in the video as well, so if you want to check that out. The worst to avoid, the 7 chakra tuning fork set by Tuning Fork Shop. Stay away from them. I'll probably get sued now. Anyway, so they're more tinny, and you want something. Why pay the money if you're not going to get that full frequency? It doesn't hurt. Like I said, Shane, you can download a guitar tuning mechanism app for your phone, and you just hit the tuning fork and hold it to it, and it will actually tell you if it's operating at C or whatever frequency to make sure that your tuning fork is on tune. As I said to Tuning the Human Biofield, I actually sold this book, God, about 5 years ago. I sold it because I was done with it. But Eileen Day McCusack, she's amazing. She actually, if you look her up on YouTube, she has amazing videos. She'll walk through and explain the biofield and all this other stuff. And she knows a lot more than I do. But she's the one that really got me started on my journey as far as reading this book. So that's really great. And remember, intention, yes, you weren't going to get away with it. No. Intention appears to be something akin to tuning fork, causing the tuning forks or other things in the universe to resonate at the same frequency. So not just hitting the tuning fork and putting it on somebody. Okay, it's working. I want to see the color coming out of that tuning fork. I want to see the love. I want to have my intention in that love and healing coming through. So I'm not just hitting the tuning fork. I'm putting that extra oomph behind it by putting that love and putting that light into the tuning fork as well. And putting the holy fire Reiki into that tuning fork. Another lovely thing you can do. Here, I'm going to show you something really cool. This This is my Lumerian crystal. You've heard me discuss it before. A true Lumerian crystal actually has barcoding on it, and I don't know if I can get it right in there. Anyway, but there's lines that go. That's barcoding. Anyway, you can take this beautiful Lumerian stone, which is this is angelic, this is beyond, this is alien energy in here, okay? Put it in the area, my tuning fork, and go right on that crystal. So not only am I getting the frequency of the tuning fork itself, but I'm also getting the frequency of the crystal slammed behind it, and it's amplified, and it's amazing. It's euphoria. So anyway, there's no right or wrong way to use a tuning fork unless you're doing it this way. But we won't go there. Doesn't work that way. Okay. So remember, healing through frequencies, this is what it does. That's you in the middle. It connects you to earth, it connects you to the universe, it connects you to all your spiritual ancestry, your family, your ascended masters, and all these lovely, lovely beings. So I'm gonna jump over to comments. The word. You're gonna make me go back to my banners. I think I found this one. The purple one, triple. It's sideways. Triple Warner. Triple Warner. Isn't that like a movie theater with a Warner Brothers? No, I don't know. Triple Warner. I don't know what that is. Apparently, it's a place in the body. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a nurse. I just play one on television. So, anyway, I wasn't sure what that was. So, you guys get any questions before I let you guys go tonight? You get some good insight on the tuning forks. Again, hockey puck is the way to go as opposed to a mallet. If I hit this tuning fork with a mallet, okay, I can actually, here, I'll do it right now and I'll show you the difference. Here's my mallet. I'm going to smack it. I'm going to let you know when that tuning fork stops vibrating. He has no idea. Good, it's not just me. We're alone in this. We're together. I'm not alone. Okay, so it's just about coming to the end of vibrating right now. Okay, so now I'm going to smack it on this, and I'm going to let you know when I've stopped feeling the vibration of it. This may take a minute. Anyway, you get the picture. It's still going. It's still vibrating on me and everything. So, but you can see the difference between hitting it with a mallet and hitting it with actually a hockey puck. To the side, like I said, you don't want to hit it straight on like this because you're mashing the two weights together, and you don't want to break the oscillation of the frequency of the tuning fork. So I try to hit it like this when I hit it. I hit it diagonal. That makes sense. So that way I'm not forcing those two weights together. So anyway, soul retrieval coming up next week. Lord Ganesh, the remover of obstacles, the spiritual elephant. Oh, okay, so the elephant head. We're going to be learning about him. He said it's part of a Chinese medicine. That makes sense. Yeah, because it does get into. I do have some Chinese medicine in here. I didn't actually get into though. Oh, the Schumann. Here we go. The Schumann pair tuning forks. So basically, the Schumann resonance. Again, that's the natural resonancy of planet Earth when it's got electrical stuff going through it, like bolts of lightning or solar flares from the sun and radiation and so forth and so on. Okay, the Schumann resonance will go up and down. Again, this is a frequency of Mother Gaia, guys. This is why it's so important, okay? So 7.83 manifests by binaural beats. In other words, I can't buy a tuning fork that is a Schumann tuning fork. So by taking a tuning fork that is the frequency of 54.81 hertz and taking one of 62.64, which of course these aren't, and smacking them at the same time, I'm creating the Schumann resonance, and my head is hearing it. My brain is hearing it. So anyway, so I thought that was kind of interesting there. The musical spiral of the frequency color of light universal tuning forks. I also use a lot of light. In fact, my shirt tonight, this is of the throat chakra. Just wearing a color, everything has a frequency to it. Remember this, people. Colors, numbers, alphabets, 666. Yes, there it is. Everything has a frequency to it. So if you got problems with your throat chakra, why not wear the color that's associated with that? That frequency, believe it or not, is getting absorbed into your body. Just as when I talk to my water in my drink and I tell it I love it, that's putting the love vibe into it, and it changes the physical molecular structure of the DNA of the element that is being applied to. So that's kind of interesting there. And I think that is it, other than one more thing here. Vibrate at the highest frequency possible. And you know what that is? Love and light, gratitude. I'm going over the comments. I wish to thank you all, guys, for being here tonight. And I didn't delete the class. Yay me! Um, so next week, as I said, Lord Ganesh, we will be there. I have linked the Schumann resonance, the Earth's electromagnetic field spectrum. Okay. Just want to make sure I mentioned everything to you guys. I think I did. So sympathetic resonance, that is the energy that comes off a tuning fork that does the healing in the body. So thank you all for being here. Much love and light. And we're going to see you next week with Lord Ganesha. And have a great night, guys. And remember, shine, shine, shine. Spread that light.